allow himself, let me say, to sit the way most of us sit now. Actually, we have couches, we have lazy boys, we have all kind of fancy matters. He sat on the mat, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He sat on al-firash. He was the role model in humility and tawadu'. So we're going to talk about the exact sitting, actually, not of how humble he was. We will talk about the positions of the sitting of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first one is called al-ihtiba'. One of the ways that the Prophet used to sit, alayhi salam, in Arabic it's called al-ihtiba', which is exactly like this gentleman here is sitting. What we call the knee to chest posture. When you sit, you lay your behind on the ground and your feet also on the ground and your knees are up and you grab your knees with your hands. That's called what? Jalsatul ihtiba'. And of course, it was narrated through Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu that the Prophet was seen رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بفناء الكعبة محتبيا بيده. He was sitting facing the Kaaba and he was having his knee up and he has his what? His hands, rounded around his knees. That's called Jalsatul Ihtiba'. In all the positions of how the Prophet used to sit, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the awra always has been, covered. Bimana he is wearing some sort of pants under whatever dress or izar that he used to wear, alayhi salatu wasalam. The second way that the Prophet used to sit is al-qurfusa', or when you are squatting down. You are down on most people when they sit al-qurfusa', they are sitting on the top of their feet on both sides, with the toes. The pressure is basically on the bones, which is right by the toes and under. And whatever, if you are holding your hands to the ground or you are holding your hands to your thighs, whatever positions your hand are, the sitting itself posture is called al-qurfusa, or the squatting down. عن قيلة بنت مخرمة قالت, she said that رأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم, I've seen the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام قاعدا القرفصاء. So he was sitting in a squatting position. أرعدت من الفرق. She kind of like she was afraid from the jalal of the Prophet and the haiba of the Prophet, that he was in. And one of the people sitting next to the Prophet, he said, look at this lady, ya Rasulullah, she's kind of afraid, from seeing you. قالت ولم ينظر إلي. He didn't look to me to make her feel more comfortable. يا مسكينة عليك السكينة. Don't be afraid, just be calm. إنما أنا بشر, I am just a human being. Don't, because now you go to a judge or you go to a big shot and like your heart start beating fast. Imagine if you are in the presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Many people will react differently to that. So he was trying to calm her, alayhi salatu salam. The second one is at-tarabbu', or the cross-legged sitting, like the brothers here are sitting. And this was probably one of the most way that the Prophet used to sit, alayhi salam, when you cross your legs and you sit on your behind. And this way most of the people in the halaqat, in the durus, in the masajid, like they would sit in this position. It is a sitting of respect, and it is somehow a natural way of sitting, if I may say. عن جابر بن سمرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا صلى الفجر تربع في مجلسه حتى تطلع الشمس. He was sitting in this position from Fajr till sunrise. And this is, most of us, when we sit down to Salat al-Jum'ah, it is the most comfortable way to sit down. And if you are used on it when you are young, that's it. And it becomes part of the natural way that you would sit down on the ground or on the floor. The last one, Hay'atul Istilqa, that he would lay down, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And most of the times, we're not talking about sleeping, that he would lay down and he would raise his knees up. And as it is narrated عن عباد بن تميم عن عمه أنه رأى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مستلقيا في المسجد واضعا إحدى رجليه على الأخرى. And his back is to the ground, one leg is up, and the second one is إيش? On top. But as we said before, in all the positions that the Prophet used to sit, he's always wearing what? A pant under whatever the izar or the thobe that he was wearing. But these are the positions that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was used to sit. And of course, whatever you feel comfortable, always associate the intention that you want to imitate the Prophet. Some scholars added some adab, like if you are to lay down in the masjid, don't lay down your feet toward the qibla. It is not like haram, but it is part of the adab, the manners in that matter. Most of the time, try to always keep your right shoulder toward the qibla. If you want to lay down on the ground in the masjid, you want to relax after salah, whatever, always the same way you would be laid down to your grave, actually, bottom line. لأنه if you stand and you lay down to your right, like this, and if you just flip this way, then as if your whole body is what? Is facing